Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a new chord on this channel, and that's going to be the F major chord. If you have been following the channel, you would know I made a series of videos on music theory for beginner guitarists, and I explained concepts of chord progressions, some basic strumming patterns. I explained to you how chords are set up, and trying to get you up to speed so you can actually learn a lot faster and make more progress on your guitar journey. Today I'm going to talk about the F chord because it's not really an open chord, even though there are variations of the F chord which you can play with open chords, but I wanted to separate it from those series of videos because in those series of videos I talked about open chords and how they are set up. So let's get right to it. So the F chord. The first version we're going to play is going to be this version. We have our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. We got our pinky on the 3rd fret of the D string. We got our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. We got our index finger on the 1st fret of the B string. And we got the open high E string. So what notes are we playing in this chord? Right here with the ring finger, we're playing the C note, which is the perfect 5th in the F chord. I think watch the 2nd or the 3rd video in the series, and I think that's when I talked about intervals. So this is the perfect 5th. We're playing the root note on the 4th on the D string. We're playing the perfect 3rd on the G string, the A note. And again, we're playing the perfect 5th, the C note on the B string, which is the 1st fret. And then we're playing that open high E string, which is the 7th note in the scale. So that is, when you play this version, you're actually playing, you're doing two different things, guys. First of all, you're playing an inversion, because previously we learned that when you play the chord, the root note is the lowest note, and in terms of when I mean low, I mean in terms of frequency. So the lowest note, that means it's very like deep, like sounding like, like that. So that low note usually is the root note, but now we're playing a C note as the lowest note, and that makes it an inversion. So you're playing an inversion of the F chord because you got that C as the lowest note. So, and then you got that high E string. If you have that ringing out, you're playing an F major 7 chord. And that's a very jazzy chord, very bright. If you wanted to, you could actually lightly touch that string and mute that, like that. And that's an F chord with that inversion. So that's the first version of the F chord you could play. You can let that high E ring out or not. It changes the sound, but most times you can play either one. So let's take a look at the next variation. And for the next variation, we're just gonna make a bar on those bottom 2 strings. And when you make that bar, now you're playing an F note on that high E string, compared to. So now you got a mini bar. This is why I said like to play the clear F chord. You're gonna have to need some sort of a bar chord for pure F chord. So we're gonna make that mini bar here, and we're gonna have our middle finger where it was before on the A note on the G string, and our ring finger playing on that F So before we had the pinky playing there, but now we can move the ring finger there on that F, and we're going to play 4 strings on this variation, guys. So we're going to have the F on the ring finger, on the D string. So the 3rd fret of the D string F, 2nd fret of the G string A, 1st fret of the B string C, 1st fret of the high E string F again. So you don't have to focus on this, but as you play with time, you can lightly let the ring finger touch this A string, so it can kind of mute it. I personally don't do it because the A is also in the chord. So if you do happen to hit that A string while playing this variation, it's not going to be a big deal, but you should try to avoid it so you're playing the F notes as the lowest notes. And again, you can just lift that, you can take away the bar and just bar the, and this is the 3rd variation, guys. So we're on the 3rd variation now. So you can lift that bar and just play the same notes. And now you're playing the F chord with the E, high E string ringing out, and that now you're playing the F major 7 again, but you're not playing an inversion. You're just playing, because you have F as the lowest note, as opposed to when you had C. So now you're playing the F major 7 because you're playing that high E string. So let's see how that sounds compared to. Hear the difference, guys? I'm pretty sure you can hear the difference, like but these are very subtle differences, guys. So unless you have very trained ears, like you're not gonna really pick it out. Even I don't have that well trained ears, so but I can still pick that out as I play it now. Couldn't before when I started out, but I guess it develops over time. So now you have 3 variations of the F major chord you could play. So we had that. Let's review them. We had that inversion. Then we had the F chord with the mini bar chord here. And then we took that bar out and we just played the F major 7. And if you really want to go crazy, you can play a F bar chord like how, like that, And if you really think about it, the mini bar is just taking a selection of that let's call it the big bar F chord. So we're just taking a mini version of that and just playing it. That's the F major bar chord, and then we play a mini version of that here using the bottom 4 strings, or this actually the high 4 strings pitch, but on the position is the bottom. So anyways, so we looked at the 3 chords, the 3 variations of the F chord. So let's say we're playing in the key of C. That's going to be, the F major is going to be the 4 chord. So let's play C. Then go to the F chord. C again. G to C. So when you're practicing, just pick one variation, guys. You don't need all 3 necessarily, because at some point you're gonna learn the F major bar chord anyways. You're gonna learn that at some point. And if you have that, you can kind of slide that. You can slide that bar across. So you're gonna have to learn that at some point. So just pick one you like. If you want to just keep it clean, I would say go for the mini bar F chord, because it's the actual F chord and not an F7 or an inversion, and just practice that. And you can just play that for you can play that anytime you see an F chord. Thanks thanks for watching the video, guys. If this was helpful to you, leave a like, subscribe, and let me know what else you'd like to see. And stay tuned, and see you in the next video, guys. Thank you. Peace.